season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They get the guard out of Georgia Tech, Shaq Mason.
Trask now off the play fake.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
David Ojabo
in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack.
Trask. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Marcus May with a pick.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. They took up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Here's Pickett.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special, because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
The first time out, they had the interception. That stopped their drive 3 points the other way, so now they work from behind.
They do, but he's got to walk out on the field like he's working from ahead. All right, he's got to walk out like, hey, I just threw a touchdown pass, because all eyes on his team are on him. They gain their confidence from the way he reacts, his demeanor, and how he plays. He's got to show that he has confidence in himself.
Fournette once more on second down.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
This defense for the Saints, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now, there's a reason they call him a ball-hawking safety. It looked like he read that, Charles, and he wasn't stopping there. After he got it, he took it all the way to the house to widen their lead.
And what's interesting to me, Brandon, is that our spotter, Bruce Murray, right before that snap, pointed to his number on my play sheet. Got to see him a little bit as a ball hawk and a return man that time, didn't we? That's just the type of play they expect from him, and he delivers in a big way. Nice call, Bruce.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Boy, this defense is circling early. A pick 6 there, and they are off to the races here this first quarter.
And, partner, when you get off to a first quarter lead like this, it really frees you up defensively to take some chances, really apply some heat. And that was just a tremendous play to pick that ball off and bring it back for a score.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the visiting Bucs who came away victorious, so they'll look to claim the season series with a win here in Tampa. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Here's Wentz to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Got his man complete. And he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
A Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Back to Robinson now on first down. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Second down and a run by Robinson. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. The kick by Lutz is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, it's Wentz. Finds the open target, Arnold. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Fournette will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Fournette again. But he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Fournette. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
With the way things have gone in this game, I think they've got to consider going for it here. I realize it's just the 2nd quarter, so they're not panicking, but they need something to give them positive momentum to get things going.
Hey, 4-2, 46 down, man, 5-4. 35-7. Hey, 5-2, out here.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Russell Gage, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, you're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Takes it at the 7. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Pickett will look to throw it here. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Pickett back to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. And the win last week, punted 4 times as this one's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
The offense on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Wentz. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Flush to his right. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Wide open receiver complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise, and start to put together some drives.
Nasir Adderley that time making the tackle. Second down, back to Fournette. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Now they'll throw it. Wentz.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Evans, the man in motion left. Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Facing this big first half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Wentz going to go on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Bucs try it on 4th down but come up empty. And the Saints will have the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Pickett to throw on 1st down. That's out wide here for Robinson.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts
as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To the air on 1st down with Pickett. He's going to air one out. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Daniel Bellinger, 30 yards. And the Saints continue to pull away here in this first half. Lutz good on the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Pickett sets up play action. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down. Play action. Now Wentz. And incomplete on the deep ball. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Arnold.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Now a play fake. Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
4th and 2. They got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
On play action, Wentz rolling to his left. And this one is incomplete.
I'm sure there was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Now a dump off here complete.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Wentz now on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley.
And the Saints are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
So that one a disaster. A big loss there with second down coming up.
Oh, a pretty surprising suboptimal start to the drive there.
I like that. Suboptimal, to put it nicely, right? Because you would think that with all the time they had on the sideline prior to that one, they'd come up with a little bit better play than that one. That was a disaster right from the beginning.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Pickett. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. It's fielded at the 45. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
On 1st down, Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw complete to Otten. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. Finds the open target, Arnold. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Wentz now on 1st down. And a catch right side by Evans. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Brings up 3rd down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another. Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead now down to 20. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this game, it could very well turn out to be the shocker of the weekend. Not too many expecting them to come in here and win. And they're not just winning, they're dominating. And now trying to finish this one off. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll run again here with Robinson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 10 yards, good for the Saints, first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you?
Touchdown!
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here this fourth quarter.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Wentz will try again on second down. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
They'll swing this out to Fournette.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice game.
On Wentz is intercepted yet again.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
Season
December.
of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get it back, go beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Takes it at the 7. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And that pick 6 a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a 3-possession fourth-quarter lead.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like the honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. On second down, it's Snell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it 8. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Bucs are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. This one taken in by Otten. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. Over the middle, complete. That's Arnold. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, it's Wentz. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Keep it up. Good ball, baby. Do it. Let's go. Come on.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Right back to Chris Godwin. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Working from the gun, Wentz.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really good.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above.
Making us look bad. What are you doing? You need to pay the money back. Oh, God, I can't believe what I was.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
Again, it's Wentz. Open man is Godwin. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19. From the red zone now, Wentz buying time to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards. First down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They had 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for New Orleans, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay,
this loss really hurts their playoff chances as they drop to 7-8 with 2 games left.
And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.